The Korean Mafia boss lifted the microphone. His fiancée was smiling beside him. She thought he was about to thank her. Instead, he said, "I don't marry waitresses." The ballroom exploded in laughter. She didn't cry. She didn't argue. She removed the ring and placed it on the table. Then she said something so quiet, only he could hear it. "You'll regret this." He almost laughed, until she reached into her purse and pulled out a pregnancy test. 2 red lines. Positive. And suddenly, the most powerful man in the room was the only one who couldn't breathe. 3 hours earlier, the ballroom had been glowing with gold light and expensive champagne. Clan elders filled the front tables. Business partners waited for reassurance. Rumors had been spreading for weeks. The Korean Mafia boss was going to marry a former waitress. To the outside world, it sounded romantic. To the clan, it sounded weak. Hannah had met him 2 years ago while serving drinks at a private event. She was quiet, observant, unimpressed by his reputation. That's what drew him to her. She didn't fear him. She didn't flatter him. She saw the man, not the empire. And for a while that had been enough. But power changes how people look at you. The elders warned him. His father warned him. You cannot build an empire on emotion. So tonight, he chose to protect his image, not his relationship. When she showed him the pregnancy test, no one else saw it clearly. They only noticed his face change. Just slightly. His jaw tightened. His breath paused. "What is this?" he whispered. "You know what it is," she replied softly. The laughter faded as guests sensed tension. "You're lying," he said. Her voice remained calm. "I wouldn't lie about this." He searched her face for manipulation. He found none. Only certainty. His father stood slowly from his seat. "What's happening?" He folded the test into his palm quickly. "Nothing," he replied. But it was no longer nothing. He forced a smile. "Ladies and gentlemen," he said smoothly, "it seems tonight has become more dramatic than expected." The guests chuckled nervously. He ended the event early. Music faded. Champagne glasses were abandoned. Whispers followed Hannah as she walked toward the exit. Not a single tear. That unsettled him more than anything. She wasn't reacting like someone humiliated. She was reacting like someone prepared. He caught up to her in the hallway. "Why tonight?" he demanded. "Because you forced tonight," she answered. "You could have told me privately." She gave a small, almost sad smile. "When?" He hesitated. She was right. He had been distant for weeks. Meetings. Strategy sessions. Cold silences at dinner. "You think this changes things?" he asked. "It already has," she replied. That sentence stayed with him. Already has. Not will. Already. His father approached after she left the building. "What did she show you?" He handed him the test silently. The older man's expression hardened. "You humiliated the mother of your child?" "I didn't know." "Did you give her space to tell you?" The silence was answer enough. Power, his father had always said, required discipline. But tonight, he had chosen pride instead of patience. His assistant ran toward him minutes later. "Boss. She left something else." A small envelope. He opened it. Inside was a doctor's appointment confirmation. Dated 2 weeks ago. He remembered that day. She had asked him to come with her. He said he was busy. Busy proving he wasn't weak. He felt a sharp twist in his chest. She had tried. He had dismissed her. His phone vibrated. Her name flashed on the screen. He answered instantly. "You're not answering my calls," she said calmly. "You left. You pushed me." He exhaled slowly. "Is it mine?" The question slipped out before he could stop it. Silence. "Then, if you still need proof, then you don't deserve one." The words hit harder than any accusation. "I'm asking because I need to know." "You need control," she corrected. "And tonight you lost it." He stepped outside into the cold night air. "Where are you?" "Away." "That's not an answer." "It's the only one you're getting." The line went quiet for a moment. Then she added softly, "I wasn't going to tell you in front of everyone." I was going to tell you tomorrow. Tomorrow. He closed his eyes. He had destroyed tomorrow. An hour later, his security team tracked a credit card. Airport. International terminal. He got into his car without another word. The city blurred past the windows. For years, people ran from him. Tonight, he was chasing someone who didn't want to be caught. When he arrived, the departure board glowed above him. He scanned every flight. There. Boarding. He ran. Ignoring the stares. Ignoring the whispers. The most feared man in the city. Running. He reached the gate just as the final boarding call echoed. And he saw her. Standing near the entrance. Hand resting lightly over her stomach. She looked smaller than she had in the ballroom. But stronger. He slowed as he approached. You're really leaving, he said. Yes. You didn't even wait for me to fix it. Her eyes met his. You didn't wait for me tonight. That was fair. Painfully fair. Come back, he said quietly. For what? For us. She studied him carefully. For the Empire? She asked. For the heir. He hesitated. And that hesitation answered her question. She shook her head gently. I wanted you to choose me before you knew. He understood now. The pregnancy wasn't leverage. It was trust. And he broke it publicly. I was afraid, he admitted. The words felt foreign in his mouth. Of what? She asked. Of looking weak. She stepped closer. You didn't look weak tonight. He swallowed. What did I look like? She held his gaze. Small. The boarding call echoed again. Final call. He felt time collapsing around him. I'll protect you, he said. I don't need protection, she replied. I needed partnership. That word hurt the most. Because partnership required equality. And tonight, he chose dominance. She handed him something before turning toward the gate. The ultrasound photo. Tiny shape. Barely visible. Our child doesn't need power, she said softly. They need stability. He stood there, holding the image. The gate doors closed. The plane taxied. And for the first time in years, the Korean Mafia boss didn't feel powerful. He felt human. The empire still stood. The clan still obeyed. The city still feared him. But as the plane lifted into the night sky, he realized something no rival had ever taught him. Power means nothing if there's no one left who believes in you. And this time, he had no one to blame but himself.